Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to another video. Okay, so today I am going to go through my top 5 anime. Now these could change. I've seen quite a lot of anime and it's super difficult to figure out a top 5 out of, like hundreds and hundreds of anime. Number 1 was super obvious to me and I knew exactly what that was going to be. But then number 4, the other 4 was super difficult to actually pick from because I know what my favorite animes are, but it's kind of hard to put them in like numerical values. So like, putting 4 under 5, was that where I want it? I have no idea. I am way too indecisive to make videos like this, but I've tried, and these are the things that I've came up with. So people are probably gonna say like, oh, you're not a true anime fan, you're putting super obvious ones in the top 5. Ugh, you suck. That is what you sound like. But whatever. So we're gonna crack on. So at number 5, I put High School DXD. I know. I absolutely love High School DXD. It has everything that I need in it. It has comedy. It has action. It has titties. Those are the 3 things that you need in an anime, and it has all 3 of them. It's absolutely hilarious. Ise is one of my favorite protagonist characters in an anime because the dude is just absolutely hilarious. It has really good fights. It has action in it. It has, supernatural creatures. It has dragons. It has demons. It has angels. It has, historical people that are in it. I don't want to get into too much. In case people haven't seen it, I don't want to get into too much. But I'll give you a quick synopsis of it. So basically, it's about this dude called Ise Hyodo, who, is completely obsessed with women and basically just getting laid. That's his entire being is just he wants sex and that's it. But at every opportunity, he completely, screws himself over, as do all anime protagonists. What do you expect? But yeah, so basically, he's seeing this girl. This is all in the first episode, by the way, so I wouldn't really class these as spoilers. So he's seeing this girl. She turns out to be a demon. She kills him under somebody else's orders, and then he gets revived as a demon. So he now has demon powers, and he's with the Grimmery family, which is like one of the big 3 demon families that are still remaining in the world. And she's obviously she's the most popular girl in school. She's got assets. God damn, does she have assets? I still prefer Akinola, but yeah. So she ends up taking him under her wing. He becomes a part of her little gang, and then it just goes from there. There's currently 4 seasons. It is nowhere near ending yet. I don't know if they've renewed it for a 5th season. I really hope they do, but because it is really fun and really good. But yeah, if like supernatural, sort of risque anime is your type of thing, then you will absolutely love it. Like I say, it's really funny. It's got a load of action in it. It's constantly fighting. It's got supernatural creatures and the whole supernatural vibe to it. It's just, honestly, I can't praise it enough. It's absolutely great. It's so funny. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I'll give you that, because not everyone likes the whole titties thing. Because you stay for the, you go for the titties, but you stay for the plot. That's what I'm taking away from High School DXD. Anyone that's watched it has always said the same thing. I went there because I know they show breasticles, but it actually turned out to be pretty good. Here I am. I've rewatched it about 10 times, and I'll probably end up rewatching it again. Even my girlfriend enjoyed it. That it caters to everyone: women, men, dogs, you name it. They'll probably watch it. That's how good it is. Yeah, so moving on from, praising High School DXD the way I have, number 4 is going to have to be No Game, No Life. No Game, No Life is a really good anime, and I'm super annoyed because if you don't like reading the manga, you might not want to watch it because it does only have 1 season. And, there's probably, I haven't checked out the manga myself, in hopes, fingers crossed, that they bring out a season 2, and you know, because it was a super popular anime. I have no idea why they haven't renewed it for another season. It got really good reviews as far as I'm aware. But yeah, they just haven't renewed it for a second season, and it came out a long time ago. It came out years ago, so I'm not holding out hope. I might read the manga one day though, because I really do enjoy it. But yeah, so if you're not a manga reader, you might not want to watch it because it does kind of just end, and you know, there's no real conclusion to it because, like you say, it was only one season. But yeah, so it's basically about this like brother and sister gaming combo. They are like the ultimate gamers, and they end up creating, they end up going into this game, like into like pulled into like an actual like virtual reality world kind of thing, where everything in this world is decided by games and gambling and stuff like that. So you basically have to outsmart your opponent. And the dude, I can't for the life of me remember his name, but him and his sister, obviously they are like really smart. Really weird relationship, I will say that. I mean, it's an anime, what do you expect? But they have a really bizarre relationship. Yeah, they can't like be without each other. Like if they get separated, both of them just kind of like freak out and can't really cope. It's really weird. But yeah, there's stuff in it where, like, you know, you think he's going to lose, but then he just completely outsmarts the people. Some of it's a bit weird. Like, there's one part where they play a chess game, and he kind of wins by, like, making the chess pieces fall in love with each other, and they just kind of become a part of his team. It's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, I would highly recommend watching it because it is actually really fun. The end of it's really good. They play this game where with this like wolf girl at the end, where they have to basically, I think they have to like shoot each other. Really good. But if you like anime where like nothing's ever straightforward and it's like pretty complicated and you don't know what's going on really, then I would highly recommend watching it because it is really fun. Would give it like a solid 8 out of 10. Would probably be a 10 out of 10 if they decided to bring out another season, but they haven't, so unfortunately, it is what it is, what it is, what it isn't. Yeah, so moving on to number 3, Demon Slayer. So people, I've seen it everywhere. People always go, "Oh, Demon Slayer wouldn't get half of the hype that it gets if it wasn't for the animation. The animation makes Demon Slayer. The story's terrible. This is terrible." But if you think about it, like, oh, if people always praise the animation and that's it, which isn't true. I mean, don't get me wrong, the animation is absolutely unbelievable. The movie looks similar to the actual show, like the animation of it is that good. So I don't get why people say that, because I mean the story's straightforward. Basically, the guy Tanjiro, who's the main character, he goes down to help his village because he's a super nice dude. And he ends up like getting caught in a snowstorm basically, and the guy's like, "Come in here and you can stay in here, and then you know, go back up to your family in the morning because you'll end up getting caught up in the storm." So he sleeps there, and then he goes to his family, and his family's been slaughtered. All of them are dead, apart from his older sister, who's just alive, because Tanjiro has a really like keen sense of smell. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this before, but just for the people that haven't and been living under a rock, I'm just gonna quickly go through the synopsis here. So yeah, he goes there, his sister's still alive, sort of. So he grabs her and he's trying to take her down to the village and stuff like that. But turns out she's a demon. She's been turned into a demon. So she attacks him. He gets saved by a Hashira, which is like the top 5 like demon slayers. They're all like the strongest of the strongest. Called Giyu Tomioka, who's a super cool dude. Plus he's voiced in the English dub by my boy Johnny Bosch, who voices Ichigo and Nero and many other characters. I love him. Has such a distinct voice. So yeah, he ends up saving him and goes to kill Nezuko. Of course, Tanjiro's trying to stop him. So doesn't really stand a chance, but still almost gets him. I'm just saying, he almost gets him. And then Tomioka ends up letting Nezuko live because Nezuko protects Tanjiro, which obviously, her being a demon, she should have just ate him, because he's seen it before where, you know, people they get brothers and sisters, siblings get like turned into demons, and then they just slaughter their family because they're a demon. They don't really care anymore. But yeah, she ends up saving him, so he's a bit like, you know, what's going on here? So he just knocks her out, puts like a bamboo thing in her mouth, leaves a note for Tanjiro to like basically become a demon slayer. So yeah, he ends up becoming a demon slayer, and his whole thing is he's trying to figure out how to turn Nezuko back into a human rather than be a demon. And that's basically the whole story. A lot of battles and stuff happen in it. The only thing I would say that's kind of annoying about the show, at least for me, is all of the characters are really kind of just one-noted. So for example, there's a character called Zenitsu. Anytime he's on the screen, he's basically crying like a girl because he's a wimp, or he's talking about women because he's kind of, well, I wouldn't say he's not a ladies' man, but he does love like women. He always tries to like, you know, get them. He's in love with Nezuko, if you couldn't have guessed. But yeah, he's trying to get the women, or he's crying on screen. You've got Inosuke, who's constantly just shouting all the time and trying to prove himself to be the strongest and things like that. So all characters are kind of one-noted, which can get a bit grating at times. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most annoying thing in the world, and some you can definitely look past, but it does kind of get a little bit annoying. I'm only on season 2 because there's only 2 seasons released as of right now. But if you do plan on watching it, I would just get, if you can get past that, kind of the one-note characters, it is really good. Like I say, the animation is like second to none, and the story's pretty one-noted, but I think it's fun. I really enjoy it. I've rewatched it a bunch of times. It's one of those anime that really pulls on my heartstrings. You'll understand why if you do watch it, or if you've already seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, super sad. Super sad. But yeah, moving on to number 2, Boku no Hero. Again, this is what I was saying when people will be like, oh, get him out of here. Come on, like, you're just picking up like shonen super popular anime here. Like, everyone likes Boku no Hero, and if you don't, it's probably because, you know, you don't like the fandom, because, you know, the fandom are pretty toxic, I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, so Boku no Hero is basically about this kid called Deku, who, well, he's called Izuku Midoriya, but he basically gets called Deku throughout the show, and that might as well be his name. So yeah, basically he doesn't have a power, which is called a quirk in this world, because there's like, I think it's like 20% of the world's population doesn't have a quirk, and he wanted to be a hero so badly. He wanted like to save everyone. He wanted to be a hero like his hero, which is a guy called All Might, who's the #1 hero in the world. But he doesn't have a quirk, and he wants to get into to this big prestigious school that, you know, houses all of the best like heroes in the world, which is where All Might is going to like work at for a while. So yeah, basically the whole story is he's trying to become a hero. Again, it's not a spoiler. If you do want to skip it, by all means do so. I would not class this as a spoiler though. But he does get a quirk. He gets given a quirk by All Might, who has the quirk called One for All, which is basically it passes on from one person to the other, and it kind of accumulates as power, and then it gets passed on and becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So Deku's the 9th holder of the quirk, so by the time he gets it, he's going to be ridiculously strong. But basically the whole show is like him trying to get this power and make it his own. A lot of stuff happens, you know, in between. Really good fights. Again, pulls on the heartstrings at times. I'm not going to lie to you. They kind of screwed over one of my boys. No, I'm not gonna name names. But they kind of screwed over one of my boys, who was one of my favorite characters. But nothing you can really do about it. But I would say like the animation's decent. The fight scenes are really good. I love the fight scenes in it. All the different, like, if you've ever, there's a meme, I'll see if I can try and find it, but there's a meme where it's like level 1, try to figure out who's the main character, and there's like girl who's like in like, you know, all this like bright colored stuff, and every other background character is literally the same person pretty much. And it's like, you know, level 1, try to figure out, and then it's like level 10, try to figure out in my hero who's the main character, because all the different character designs are so unique that like it's kind of hard to figure out who the hell would be the main character, because like, it could literally be any of them. So the character designs are really good. I think the voice acting's really good. I always watch it in dubbed. I am gonna say that I don't like watching subbed anime, purely because I like to enjoy what I'm watching, and I don't really want to have to watch like read subtitles when I'm trying to watch something, especially if it's like a really intense scene. I'd rather just stare at them, you know, mouthing the words rather than have to read the subtitles real quick, then see what's happening. But you know, that's just me. I don't really care about dubs. Dubs are completely fine with me. Yeah, I think My Hero is really fun. A lot of people, you know, give it crap, but I just enjoy stuff for what it is. I don't nitpick at stuff. I just enjoy it for what it is. So if it's got good fight scenes, I'll enjoy them. If it's got good comedy, I'll enjoy it. It's got titties, it's a 10 out of 10. Hashtag Mortal Sins, 7 Mortal Sins. But yeah, so I would highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. Again, most of these anime are pretty popular. Maybe the one you wouldn't know would either be High School DXD or No Game No Life. But the top 3 are definitely stuff that you've seen. Number 1. Boku no Pico. Number 1 is Naruto. So it comes as no surprise to anyone. The first 3 videos on my channel are Naruto videos of me talking about Naruto. I'm sure it comes as to no surprise to anyone that Naruto is in fact my favorite anime. I've watched it 100 times. I am rewatching it right now. I'm on Shippuden, like 200, 300 or something. So basically, I've nearly finished it again. It's getting to the main part at the end of the last arc, which I cannot wait for. So it's getting to the good parts. Yeah, I cannot praise Naruto enough. It's got plot holes in it. There is no doubt about that. The animation at times can suck, especially the last arc. I think the animation really falls off at times when I'm looking at them thinking like the eyes are looking like dodgy and so crudely drawn. I could probably draw them better. But you know, there was a lot going on, so you know, I'm not. It doesn't really bother me. Like I say, I'll watch it for what it is, unless it's, you know, 7 Deadly Sins level of bad, which Naruto never is. Then you know, that's the only time I'll probably be perturbed and be like, I don't really want to watch it. It's a bit too bad. But yeah, Naruto is just great. I love the characters in Naruto, even the annoying ones, even Sakura. Apart from Danzo, Danzo can go and just jump in a volcano. But even Sakura, who's like, you know, one of the most famously annoying anime characters out there, I don't even mind her. Like, she's annoying, yeah, but at least she does something. She does stuff, you know, kind of. Maybe. A little bit. But yeah, if I had to praise one thing out of Naruto above all else, it would be the combat. The choreography in Naruto is top tier. Like, you see some fights that are just, you know, it'll flash the same screen over and over again and make it look like the character's moving, and that's it. Like, Dragon Ball's famous for doing it, but I think the choreography is great, especially in the main fights, the fight that actually count. It looks so nice. It's not just, you know, them throwing one punch, the other person throwing another punch, and it's just that back and forth for like 30 seconds, and then one person lands a punch, knocks them out, and that's it, done. There's a lot to it, and obviously it's about ninjas, so, you know, you have to really watch what you're looking at, because you might be like, oh, he's won, but then, you know, it turns out it's a shadow clone, turns out it's a substitution, turns out he wanted him to do that all along, because it set up a trap that this dude set up fucking 10 episodes ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those anime. Again, it's a super famous anime. I'm sure, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what Naruto is. But yeah, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I don't even care. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love Naruto. But yeah, that is my top 5 anime. So it took me a while to try and figure out like which anime are going to be in my top 5, because I always change them, because it's like I'll rant, like, as soon as I end this video, I'll think of an anime that I prefer over one that I've had in this list, and I'll be like, could have had that in there. But you know, there's a lot of anime out there. There's a lot of anime I've seen, so it's definitely there's definitely stuff that I've missed or haven't thought about. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, comment what your top 5 anime is, if you have a top 5 anime. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the things that have been on my list. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you next time. By the way, I know it's been a while since I've like uploaded the video. It's been like 2 weeks, a bit over 2 weeks. I just haven't had time at the minute. Life stuff, you know, bills and things. It's getting a bit difficult. So yeah, so I'm sorry for like not uploading as regularly as I would like to, but you know, like I say, it's been a bit annoying. But yeah, like I say, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next video.